So today it was supposed to be raining, it was supposed to be windy, potentially even snowing. That was the forecast just before the weekend on Friday. And to be honest, it didn't really bother me. I was kind of looking forward to it. All of my vlogs and a hell of a lot of my photography recently has been in what you would say are perfect landscape photography conditions pretty much all the time. So yeah, I wasn't too fussed about it, but today it turns out we've actually got perfect landscape photography conditions once again. So I shouldn't complain. I watch a hell of a lot of landscape photography vloggers on YouTube from back home in England and in the UK, around the UK, and they're constantly having to deal with, like, you know, less than perfect weather, let's just put it that way. So absolutely shouldn't complain. So I'm on a track called the Lake Wanaka lookout track, and kind of coupled with this marvelous weather that we have today, I'm really hoping I can capture some decent landscape photography images. I'm hoping there's going to be some vast landscapes. It's very mountainous and obviously looking over the lake and things like that. So yeah, very, very hopeful. So follow me on the hike and we'll see what we can find.
It's a cool hard world outside my window. Ooh, where people don't know which way to go. I breathe you in 'cause you're still on my pillow. Oh, I stay home with you in my head.
So guys, I'm going to go for another panorama. Hoping to keep improving on them. So first image this week is going to be very, very vast from left to right. I think last week's image was just 4 images across the way. Now I think this one's going to be 6. There's a little more that I'd like to incorporate from left to right. So there's not really going to be too much detail wise and composition wise to this image. It's just a gorgeous all-encompassing landscape that I want to capture with my camera. So there's not really a lot to say about foreground and background and midground and all that business. It's literally just left to right, panoramic views, you know, what I can see with my eyes that I want to capture with my camera. So here really I'm just hoping that I can do it justice, because it is absolutely gorgeous. The light's not perfect. We're still fairly, you know, early before the sunset. I think we've still got another couple of hours, so still a bit of time for that. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out. So I did make it up to the viewpoint there, but it was so bloody windy up there. It was like a kind of cliff edge and the wind was just horrendous. It was absolute chaos. I was on my own up there. The landscape was pretty similar to the actual panorama that I did earlier on, so I wasn't too interested composition wise up there. The view was outstanding, but yeah, composition wise, and saying that, I did get an image. There was a bench up there. Like I said, I was on my own, so I actually did another panorama, and very, very simple. The bench was my foreground, and I think it was 5 images again. I don't know at this point in time if the image is going to be any good. But yeah, it was basically just spanning across from right to left, incorporating the bench as the foreground, and then trying my best to get the scene, the vista in the background, that sort of thing. So I'm really hoping it turns out all right. Anyway, the clouds are closing in definitely now. It's just started raining. So a little bit of justice there after giving it the big one about the weather and how marvelous it is, etc. So anyway, I'm gonna head back down. There's a lake down at the bottom. It's called Diamond Lake. So I'm gonna see if I can get an image or two down by the lake. There's a perimeter track that goes around it, so we'll see what we can find.
Just got up, something's wrong. I waited up, wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me.
So the rain is well and truly closed in now. To be honest, I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's an absolute welcome change of the way that the weather has been recently, and I'm actually really excited that I don't have to get all, you know, panicky about catching a sunset and, you know, oh, am I gonna be able to catch the colours in time, that sort of thing. So waterproofs are going on. I kind of feel like I've almost got a little bit more time to relax now. I'm gonna head back down to this lake here, like I said, and just gonna do the perimeter track, see if I can find anything. And it's so atmospheric. The clouds have come down really, really low, down by these mountains and stuff like that. So a lot of atmosphere that I really want to try and capture. So love to get another couple of images here. So see what I can find. So absolutely loving this rain. These are the sort of shots that I've been wanting to get for a while now. Atmosphere. So anyway, I think I've done a couple of perimeters of the lake. I think I've found a worthy composition. It's going to be a little bit difficult to shoot, I think, but yeah, I'm going to play it by ear and see what I can do. So you can see I've got this scene here. There's a little bit of an opening just from the path that obviously opens out to the lake, and there's the kind of cliffs in the background. Very, very atmospheric. Obviously the sky is quite flat, the light's also quite flat, but I'm going to try and make the best of this and see what I can do. Trouble is, I can't really get the right angle on this little opening on the lake. If I'm too low down, I can't get enough of the lake that I'd like to get in the image. If I'm too sort of high up looking down on the lake, then I can't actually get the cliff in. My lens just isn't quite wide enough. So what I'm going to do, see if I can show you here. Let me turn my camera around, see if it focuses. Going to jump up on that rock there on the right hand side, and then there's the opening down there on the bottom left of the screen, and that's going to give me the perfect angle looking down on the lake to capture the sort of lake shore right through the lake, right up to the top of the cliff, and a little bit of the sky as well. So I'm going to get my camera set up on the rock there. It's going to be a bit dodgy, but yeah, see what I can do. So guys, I'm shooting in portrait, and I've got my aperture at 7.1. I don't really want that. I don't really want to open that up anymore, just as not to lose too much detail. That's giving me 1/6 of a second, and I should mention I've got my ISO up to 400, just because I really don't want my shutter speed any slower than that, because I'm going to lose too much detail in the lake. I really like the sort of water droplets as they fall on the surface there. So with this camera, to be honest, that's the best I can get, I think. So I'm going to take the shot and I'm going to see how it looks. It actually looks pretty nice, you know. I'm quite happy with that. The exposure looks fine, so let me know what you think there. So guys, I was actually heading home then. I'd done I'd finalised the vlog and I'd said see you next week and all that business, but just on the drive back I found this scene. It's actually a scene that I videoed on the vlog on the way here, so I'll just show you that now. So what I've decided to do here is I've got my camera set up, as you can see. Obviously keeping an ear out for cars. It's really quiet, so if any come, I should have a good bit of notice. And I've got the road as a leading line, obviously, in the background. Beautiful mountains, very atmospheric, pretty dark now. And I'm gonna run in front of the camera a little bit further down, probably about 10 foot, but I'd just like to run you through what I would do here. So I've got my ISO on 100 because it's quite dark. And then, oh, there's a car coming. It's just a case of me playing around with the light. So I've got my aperture on f7.1 and it's looking about half a second for the correct exposure here. Good, eh? Yeah, about 1/2 of a second. And so let's make sure it's safe. I'll put the camera back in the middle and I'll just line it up right in the middle of the road, because the road is obviously the most perfect leading line. So 10-second self timer, f-stop 7.1, half a second exposure, ISO 100. Make sure it's safe, make sure we're all lined up, and I'd press the shutter and I'm just going to run into the middle of the road, try and hide the vlog camera, just kind of walk, wait for the shutter, and then absolutely leg it back to the camera and shift it out the way. So I really hope you like that last image. I'm going to call it a day now. I'm going to head back to Queenstown. I really hope you enjoyed the vlog. I was really delighted with the weather, to be honest. I've been waiting for this sort of gloomy, rainy weather for a while now, to be honest. And I feel like today I've had the best of both worlds. So yeah, really happy. Really hope you enjoyed the vlog today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the images. Let me know what you think, and I shall see you next week. Cheers.